Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I want to talk about how your career can not only survive but thrive in the era of supply chain disruption. Now, it's been a crazy couple of weeks in the market. It's been a crazy couple of weeks in business, the ups, the downs, and we've had a lot of phone calls from existing clients, prior clients, potential prospects, about how to handle their career with regards to what they're seeing within their own companies and what they're seeing in the economic marketplace. Now, I am not a medical expert, nor am I an economist, but I am someone who has been through the downturn in 2001 and the downturn in 2008-9. And whether we're coming up on a long-term downturn or not is obviously remain to be seen. But after going through those two periods, and not only surviving but thriving, being a recruiter and being a job search consultant, I have some insight on some observations that I've seen, things that I've seen job seekers do right, things I've seen job seekers do wrong, as well as myself, things I've done wrong and things that I've done right that have led me to where I am today, potentially going through what would be maybe a third cycle, a third downturn cycle, or, maybe just a big blip, right? So either way, I want you to be able to ride the wave and not just survive, but I want you to thrive. Because I'm a firm believer that in chaos, there's always opportunity. And I don't say that, to be insensitive to what's going on in the marketplace, but your employers are companies, whether you're an entrepreneur watching this, being concerned about your company, or you're an executive or a senior professional worried about the path within your organization. Companies need people to keep things going, right? To keep not only just keep the lights on, but keep things going and make sure that there's an employer to go to and to continue to go to, to make an income and whatnot. So you have to be able to be more valuable to your organization and to keep your organization, again, afloat and thriving. Is you have to face what's going on, accept it as a reality, and then look for opportunities where you can, help turn things around to not only serve, your fellow man, but then also create revenue opportunities for your organization, in a good-spirited way. I mean, nothing about capitalizing, on tragedy by any means, but clearly there's, needs and wants in the marketplace that can be capitalized on in an ethical manner. And if you are an executive, if you are a senior professional who is able to do that, and you're able to depict that on your resume, on your profile, in your interview stories, when you're conducting your job search, if you're positioning yourself as someone who can, lead an organization through what could be, a temporary or possibly a long-term storm, an employer is going to want to place their bets on you to help them through it. So, organizations are looking for formidable leaders through times like this. They're not looking for people who panic and react. They're looking for individuals who can forecast, come up with scenario B, C, D, down the alphabet into double letters, scenario double A, double B, so to speak. So, they're looking for people who can forecast scenarios and help the organization position itself to have possibly new business models, new revenue streams, expanded business models, expanded revenue streams in the face of tragedy that allow them to serve their fellow man and woman, as well as, benefit from it in the form of surviving and thriving through what could be a challenging economic period that we may be on the cusp of. So, that's what I want to talk about today. I want you to believe that in chaos, there can be opportunity. And you need to just, I suggest, this is what I do, I try to create some quiet time, which is really difficult. And I don't say that, cavalierly in any way, but, do what you can, even if it's 5 to 10 minutes, and just really think about the ramifications within your organization. If you're in a consumer products business, if you're packaging, supplier all of a sudden had to give you a 2-month delay in providing you the products in which you do your packaging? How would you get your product out? Raw materials that consist of making your products. If your suppliers were to dry up for a short period or a long period of time, what's your plan B, C, D? If you're in a service industry that is dependent on meeting in person, how are you going to facilitate your business ongoing if you're unable to meet in person, due to quarantines or just simple fear of people not being able to or want to meet in person? So you have to be able to roll with the punches. You need to be able to show that there's alternatives to doing business, that you can maintain, if not increase, your revenue stream, despite the challenges that are before all of us during a period of time like this. So, there's ways within each of our organizations, within each of our departments to, capitalize on what's going on in the marketplace, in an ethical manner. And I think that those people that are able to do this, and those that set aside a few moments each day to think about how they're going to do this within their organization, those are the people that not only survive, but they thrive during the period of what could be supply chain disruption over the next few months. So, some economic indicators like Barron's and Fidelity are saying it's going to be temporary. Other economic indicators, like the International Monetary Fund, are saying it's going to be a little bit more long term. So, it's hard to say, right? Nobody knows. Let's be honest. The experts, some are going to be right and some are going to be wrong, right? It'll be remain to be seen over the next few months and into next year. But the bottom line is one of them will be right. So the key is to be ready for both scenarios. That's what I'm a big believer in, is just always be ready for the possibilities. So to help you with that, we are going to be having our next resume training session, and I want you to just have it updated. So I want you to attend. We offer a recording, a temporary access to the recording for those who can't make it. So the key is to sign up, get on our list, get access to the training live or the recording, and this way you can use the pointers in the training session to update your document. The key is to be ready for all scenarios, right? It's not about being right or wrong. It's about being ready for either scenario. That is the philosophy that I subscribe to. So I want you to go below there and register for the next resume training session. And this way you will be ready. Whichever way the supply chain disruption takes you and your organization, you will be ready for whatever rolls your way. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you think that this will help someone, I'm going to ask you to share the video with them. If you liked what you heard today, I'm going to ask you to like it. If you have any questions or comments, please post them in the comment section below, or you can email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com, because I read and reply to every email and every comment. So I'm grateful for you watching today, and keep calm and stay steady, and we're all going to make it through this together. So have a great day.